Hey legends, hey, how are you all going? It's time for some truth most won't say out loud. Because today I'm here to flip one of the biggest beliefs that keeping not only most of the people but also including you trapped. Because we have been said one of the important thing like that buying a property is going to give you the freedom. Is it going to be really? Because for decades, for more than decades, I would say, we were told you must buy a home, you must study hard, you must work hard, you must get a good job. Once after you get a good job, you must buy a home, work hard for it, retire by the age of 60 or 65. But no one ever mentioned mortgage or a property investment is not just passive, but it needs you. What I mean to say needs you, it needs you to work and work and work and work and work either in your job or small business or self-employment and having a badge of honor. I'm working hard as what the society has dictated you by selling, keep on selling your time for money. It's a hard earned money. That's another lie on top of it. Add a jam in the top of the cake or butter jam in the top of the bread or whatever. So, and it includes your hustle and your grind. And even after all this, they say it's a long game. Yeah, it's a long game. At the same time, it's a long trap. Why? Because when you stop working, the moment you stop working, what happens? Will there be cash flow to pay back the debt or the mortgage? No. It means what? The sooner you get into the property investment, the moment you get a job or a small business income, whatever, so the sooner you get into the property investment that you stepped onto, because mortgage, the property investment is going to give you the freedom, the longer you're going to stay trapped. Because when you stop working, when you stop, something happens to you or something happens, whatever. So when you stop working, the income stops too. The income dies too. The same bank who has offered the debt and the mortgage, do they say, oh, okay, it's all right, you can keep the mortgage? They're going to say, no, they will come back and take your property out from you. So what happens when the inflation rises? In the last inflation, even in 2008 and also in the last inflation, interest rate shoot up, spike, right? You work harder, you scramble harder, you work longer. That's why many people who work for 38 hours a week couldn't able to cope up. They went on to the next strategy of doing overtime or second job or a part-time job, dual full-time job, dual part-time job. And I've been talking to people who are working for 100 hours a week. I don't know how they're doing it. What the heck is that? And at the same time missing out on their family, and they're giving reasons behind, because I must work hard for my family. Is it the called as life? Is it the called as freedom? That's nothing but silent financial slavery. Can't you see that in a bigger form of scale? Just zoom out and see an entire structure, how it has meant to create you to be slaved for this bigger game, not only financially but also for your life, while you being away from the family. What is the meaning behind that? What kind of scam is that? Don't you see that? See, the 2008, the financial inflation, right? The 2008 taught us a very big lesson. But even still, after 2008, because of the so-called boom, they said, oh, real estate is the only thing. But what exactly happened in 2008? Recession. The recession wiped out the real estate profits. Many investors got defaulted, not because they had no assets, but because their income was still tied to the time tied income, to the job or the small business or in self-employment. Same story repeated even the post-pandemic just recently. If whatever the real estate people are saying, property investors or bank investors or whatever the mortgage brokers or the buyers agents saying, this property, it's not a short term, it's a long term. In 10 years time, in 20 years time, look back what the lie they said in 2008 and after 2008, and look around, including you. How many of the people are having the freedom or having the true wealth or living a debt-free life or having a financial independence in their life? No. Why? Because it's a game designed to keep you controlled, to sell their debt, to sell their mortgage, to make you financially get slaved, to make you play only on the left side of the quadrant and not at all towards the freedom. That's not designed for it. Because once you get free, to whom they are going to sell you or sell their mortgage and the debt? No one. So look around. Same story they repeated again in the post-pandemic. Now we got Record breaking mortgage stress again. Over 1.66 million Australians are in mortgage stress as of August 2024. Why? Why it is the case? And also the property price fell by 8.4% nationally in 2022 before partial recovery. Partial recovery, not full recovery, partial recovery. And not only that, average mortgage repayment gone up to 52%. Come on, real estate agents, people, come on, give an answer for all this. Whoever the mortgage buyers agent, whoever they are, blah 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 blah, saying serviceability, equity, blah blah blah, all the things they are saying. Come on, give an answer for this. Average mortgage repayment went up to 52% since 2021 due to rate hikes. Yeah, normal people who are in the 9 to 5 or who are in the small business are suffering. Don't you? Are you working just one job? You are working, your wife is working, or if you are a wife, your husband is also working, and both are working not only 38 hours but more overtime, and on top of it you are seeking for another small business or another business, and you are invested here, invested there, but still you are in the same loop, same track over and over and over and over. You're running constantly, aren't you? Still you can't able to meet the demands. See, the point is, if you want real freedom, don't just play their game, which is designed to keep you trapped, stuck, and controlled. Don't copy what the 97% is doing. As long as your income is tied to the time is capped, your life will also be capped. And that is why they are controlling you. The 3%, they build different. They build uncapped leverage income first, which is not tied up to the time. They own the time first. Because time is the most precious asset, which is finite. And the moment you own the time, and also with the open-mindedness, when you learn the skill set of making the money work, because that's what the money is for. Money is a tool. You're not here to work for the money. They have told you to work for the money. The money is a tool. The 3% are playing different. They're making the money to work for them by leveraging the right business strategy, which is involving the system with automation, OPT, other people's time and other people's money. That is what the true wealth is. Then afterwards, you can diversify it into the property or stocks or shares. That comes next. But if you play a game of, in your wealth creation strategy, if you play a game of property first, done. You are done. You are gone. You are trapped for life. If you get this, I mean to say here, your entire life will change from this moment, from today. Yes, from today. So, I'm calling you forward. Let's rise beyond this mortgage property investment trap. Focus on achieving the time freedom first. Detach, untie your money, income from the time. That is where you'll start to live an uncapped life. Then focus on because property is not going to go anywhere. They just unnecessarily bringing in the demand. If this goes, if that goes, no, come on. If it is a real demand, that would have the property will not be here right now. It will be already sold out, but it's not. Come on. They are bringing in unnecessary scarcity. What is really scarce, The time. The time is a real scarcity because it's finite. Property is not in scarcity. They don't teach you this time scarcity. Rather, they make you to sell your time, keep on sell your time by means of saying working hard for family. But they're bringing that unnecessary property scarcity into you, the property demand into you. That's not in demand. Your time is in demand. Your time is in scarcity. So focus on achieving the time freedom first. If you feel that, and if you're ready to play what the 97% are not playing, and if you're ready to be a 3%, if you're ready to achieve the time freedom and financial independence and the real true wealth with your freedom, you must act and think different, whether it is comfortable or not, because it's not going to be comfortable. It is not going to be comfortable. When I was thinking about that 4 years before, it wasn't comfortable. And if you keep making the comfortable decision, what you end up in creating? Look back. What you created in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. The same thing. Safe, secure, comfortable life to go on in the same loop. That's not going to help you, is it not? So, the moment you start to think different and act different, to walk the talk, you can also create like what we have created so far. When we can, you can too. If you feel this vibe, if you're determined, if you're committed, just drop your freedom. If you're ready, not just ready, if you're determined, irrespective of whether you are ready or not. Because successes start even before they are ready. Rest, find an excuse saying, I'm not ready yet. So if you are determined to flip the script, change your perspective with your open-mindedness to learn and take an action with a committed action and consistently, let's go, because we are having a big vision and in our mission towards helping the people who are truly committed to change their life and break free from this myth, from this scam. Drop below freedom. Talk to you soon. Let's go. Let's impact more, because you are here to live your life to the fullest every single day, not just on the weekends. We succeed together. Cheers. Bye.